Hi, this is Jamie Walker from DigiPro Media. Today I'm going to demonstrate or provide you with some tips and tricks on building an email template in our email marketing module. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate over to our email marketing and then go to emails and templates. So to get there from the welcome home screen, I'm going to come over here to the left side where all the menu items are, and I'm going to look for email marketing. Now, if that wasn't opened, I'd click on it and open it up. And the templates are the third sub-menu item down. So I'm going to click on that. So I do have a template already built in here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate building one from scratch. Now, we do have a template library that you can use to be able to build templates. So if you're looking for some inspiration, we do have some templates that are available to you. But for this purpose, I'm gonna show you how you can build one from starting from nothing. So I'm gonna click on Build Custom Template, and it's gonna open up my builder. So over here are all the kind of the assets and tools that I have available to at my disposal to be able to start working on and building a template. So it starts off with typography, which is dealing with like headers and paragraphs and lists. And then if I click on minimize that or click on media, so media is dealing with images and video. And then layout, we've got some dividers and the option to add a link to view in browser. Then our buttons, social media links, footer. So we've got an address with logo, an unsubscribe link. And one of the benefits of using our email marketing platform module is that if you've got items like blogs, promos, or events that are created and listed on the website, you can pull those blogs and those events and promos and drag them over to send out in an email. So since we're starting from scratch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a page header. And then on subtitle, I'm going to put, let's see, May 2019. So if you saw what I did, I had this element and I clicked on it and then I just dragged it over to the page. And then when I was ready to start editing it, I clicked on it and used my backspace button to just go ahead and start playing around. So whenever you see this X right here, that allows you to delete it. Now, if you know HTML or code and want to get into that, you can click on this blue button where you see kind of the brackets and the parentheses, and it'll allow you to kind of get in and start playing with the code. For this purpose, I'm not going to do that. And then also you have the ability to clone a section. And then wherever you see the green, lime green little button there, you can drag and move it around the page. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these right here. So whenever you're engaged with a block, you can also, you'll see there's some editors over here, such as your background and your padding. So I'm going to maybe select some colors to just play with it a little bit. So I'm going to change up the background color. Then I'm going to come over here. And we've got some tooltips up here at the top. So I'm going to change out the color there. Select that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a logo. So I've got an image. going to drag that over to the page. And I might want this to be the first thing that somebody sees on my newsletter. So I'm going to move that up. So I've clicked on the block that I just dragged over, and you'll see the settings have opened up over here on the far left side. So I've got the option to add a background image, padding, put a border around it, and then I've got my image settings. So since we're dealing with email, just to let you know, whenever you've got an image that's full width like this, the maximum size on the width that you can go is about 600 pixels. So you see we're at 598 right there. That's probably about as far as you really want to go for that. So, and I'll show you how you can adjust the size there. So I'm going to grab an image. So I'm going to click on change image, and it'll open up my file manager and see what I've got to play with over here. Logos. So this is the logo there. And I'm going to adjust the height a little bit. So when I click on kind of get into the image height, there we go. Maybe take it down just a little bit more. So anytime that I'm working in images like this, or I'm working with within a template, I always am mindful to just consistently hit this save template. And so I'm going to name this. Let's see, May newsletter. So it's saved. So now I'm going to start dragging over other elements. So I'm going to do a 2-column text. I'm going to drag this over and swap out some images. So if I'm dealing like, say, going to send out a newsletter about t-shirts, I'm going to come over, click on the image, go to my products, and let's see, which one do I want to use? I want to use this front. Here we go. All right, so it looks a little squashed right there. So I'm going to adjust the image size a little bit and see if I can make that look a little bit better. There we go. So now I'm going to click on this and this other block and change out this image as well. So I'm going to choose the women's. Let me try a different one. Let me change that height. Not perfect, but it'll do the job for this demonstration. So now if you need to get into the text here, you can just click on it and let's see. There we go. Now you have the option to adjust the size of this. So I'm going to click on that and come up here to the tooltips again and take this up to 24. Down to 18 is good. And then you can just play with the other side over there to adjust that. But let's see. Let me go to something else. So say, for instance, I wanted to break up a section here. So I'd come down to layout and drag me over a divider, set that divider there. Then, so I've got a split between these products, and so now I'm going to let me come over to a blog, and then drag this over to the page. Down. Come back up to layout. My divider right there. So this is a blog post that's actually pulling from the website. So I'm not having to replicate or repeat myself by having to, add this in again, since it's already there within the system. I still have access to it. So it's a good time saver. So next thing I want to do is maybe add a footer. So I'm going to drag over a block, got a footer there. So I've got a image. Need to swap in there. Come over to image settings. Just select this one. So again, looking kind of squished. So I'm going to adjust the size. So it's circles. So I'm going to make it kind of uniform. Change the background setting. No, I probably should keep it at white since that's a JPEG. And then type in the name. So lastly, if you want to, then add some social links there. So whenever you add the social links, if you click on, you engage the box, you'll see them all open up over here. So if you've got a Facebook page, you can add your Facebook page. So that'll add that link there. So one element that just about every email that you send out using email marketing needs to have is that you don't want to forget to give the ability for people to unsubscribe. So you can drag that over, move that down. Put it down there. I'm going to change up the background color on this a little bit. So anyway, so the email marketing builder, it's very user friendly. You can just get in. The best word of advice is just to get in and play with it. Just remember, whenever you're working in it, just hit save as often as you can. After every change, you get it to a point where you're ready to save it. Up here at the top, you can hit other devices, and it'll give you kind of a preview of how it's going to look when you send it out. And then you can do preview and test and be able to send yourself a test. One thing that I always do when I'm working in with email marketing is that before I am getting ready to send something out, I have a list that's kind of my test list. And so I will create, a list called test, and then just add add my email there as the subscriber. And so then when you're ready to send that message out, you want to do a round of testing um, in a live situation almost. Select your letter, use your info. Unless you want people directly responding to you. Choose your date. And if you're doing a test, just choose to send it right now, whatever the time is that you're doing it. And then choose your test list, choose your time zone, and then fire away. That way, before you send it out to a really big list of maybe customers or vendors or whoever else you're sending it to, by just doing several test emails, you'll catch some errors on how it's delivering depending on like the browsers. I like to use a couple of different email addresses like Gmail, Yahoo, um, my Outlook, and just see how it's rendering in those different email clients. And then just check it on desktop, and then just check it on your mobile phone as well. So those are just kind of some good best practices on that. But the email marketing templates, they're easy to build out. You just got to come in and recommend coming in and playing with them, or you can use an existing template for inspiration or to kind of just get jump started right in it. So this is Jamie over at DigiPro Media, tips and tricks on the email marketing builder, and we appreciate your business. Thanks a lot.